was to contact Maryland Department of Transportation Secretary Pete Ron, who, thanks to our great working relationship with Governor Hogan, immediately acted. And we began working with the Maryland Transit Administration to see how we could step up enforcement. I want to thank community leaders Steve Schaefer, Kim Burns, Patty Ewing, Delegate Pam Beidel, Councilman Pete Smith, and Councilman John Grasso for their persistent advocacy that something be done about security along light rail stops here in Anne Arundel County. Our efforts to enhance security in the area are in 4 parts. First, we've entered into an agreement with MTA that will allow our county police to step up enforcement in and around the stations as well as on the trains themselves. That is very important and a first. Second, for the first time, county police will be authorized to join their MTA colleagues on the trains themselves. We'll be working to make certain that the communities that border these stops see and feel an enhanced police presence, and that individuals who ride these trains can rest assured that we will be enforcing the law and finding individuals who jump fares. Third, the state has granted our request to allow us to put lights along the BWI trail, the bike trail, to ensure that those who use our county recreational amenities can do so safely. And fourth, our Recreation and Parks Department and the school system have agreed to place a barrier between the light rail stop and Linthicum Elementary School to ensure no one trespasses on school property. And I want to particularly thank Steve Schaefer for bringing the need for that barrier to our attention. These efforts demonstrate that our administration is responsive to the concerns of North Linthicum, and Ferndale. And I want to once again thank everyone who brought these safety concerns to our attention. And with that, I'd like to ask Councilman John Grasso to say a few words. Councilman.
Morning, everybody. Once again, I'd like to thank the County Executive, Steve Schuh, for taking a proactive role in attacking the situation we have. But it wouldn't be fair to without giving a shout out to the constituents, and one person I'd like to acknowledge also is Sandra German, who has basically been taking the frontier fight on this whole deal and is constantly on the phone with me 2 to 3 times a day. This woman has been on it for the last year and a half, and because of her leadership, she's pulled together a whole bunch of associations. So now what's happening is we have people from Pasadena also getting involved in the Ferndale, Linthicum areas, and we're really moving forward. And really what it just takes is just a bunch of people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and a great county executive who's listening to the message to move this deal forward. So once again, I'd like to thank the county executive for sitting down and talking to the people in the Linthicum, Ferndale, and his meet-the-face events at the coffee shops to hear what people have to say. And also want to thank once again all the people that have stand behind and trying to push this deal forward. So congratulations to our people here. We're going to make this deal happen.
Thank you, Councilman. And we have a great partnership with the Maryland Transit Authority. I'd like to ask Lieutenant Myers to say a few words.
Good morning. As a part of our strategy to reduce crime, we work with local police departments to develop memorandums of understanding for mutual aid and monitoring the stations. In the case of the MOU with Anne Arundel County, this mutual aid has brought success in reducing crime. MTA will continue to monitor the effectiveness of the previous safety enhancement at the stations, which includes lighting enhancements, as well as continuing to conduct high visibility enforcement activities, fare inspections at the station and on the trains. These local partnerships are one of the reasons the MTA transit system in Anne Arundel County has 0 Part 1 crimes in the first quarter of 2018. MTA Police recognize it is the responsibility of the Anne Arundel County Police. However, MTA Police have increased patrols in both uniform and plain clothes in and around the communities where MTA police stations are located in order to support the community and its concerns.
Okay, I think any of us would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I have a question. What are the crimes?
Okay. Oh, I forgot to give you the microphone.
That's okay.
Actually,
Anytime
we
I
have
get
one
to
more
not
speaker.
give a speech, I'm good. Please forgive me. I've been told by the county's chief cinematographer I have to take my glasses off, which means I can't see you now. So when we talk about crime, that's job one for the police, but it ain't the only job for us. Reducing fear is a big job for us. So when we talk about this effort, we're not talking about a crime wave. We certainly have crimes in and around the light rail, just as we do crimes in every other part of the county, in every type of modality for transportation, in every venue. So when we talk about crimes, we're not trying to stop X, Y, and Z with this effort. We're trying to make people feel safer in their communities, and we're trying to be responsive to the concerns of the constituency. It's been my privilege to be involved in one way, shape, or form with the leadership of Northern District for about 12 or 14 years. And this conversation about extra help has been occurring all those years. So at this point, what we've done, thanks to my boss, thanks to the other leaders you see here present today, is we've started listening. And when folks are asking for help, the people with the badges and patches, our partners at MTA have been great. We have to step up and answer those requests and be there for them. That's kind of what it's about today. Did I answer your question okay, sir?
No, what's generating the fear?
There's a fear that crime comes down on the light rail. I don't think if you look statistically that there's any great number of crimes generating off the light rail stops, but there is a clear and convincing feeling of fear about it. I will tell you this. Certainly we've had robberies coming off the light rail. Certainly we've had thefts generating from a parking lot with this many cars on it. All parking lots with this many cars on it have that occurring. So really, I'll say it again. There is no one incident. There is no one 2-week period. There is no one genesis in statistics. The genesis of this effort is to be responsive to the citizens in North County, particularly Linthicum, when they're asking for help and they're asking to feel safer. So I think you'll see us hitting peak hours as we have been in a concerted effort with our partners with MTA Police. Certainly, it's summertime, so the O's are playing. I think you'll see a continuance of this through times where we see other volume coming on, and then I think if you do research, you start to see the need for help in a little lower volumes, but higher instances of fear times. So when the sun goes down, you'll certainly see us out here. Can I answer your question okay?
Chief, what areas are you going to focus on? What's particular light rails? All of them? Or?
So yeah, there's a particular push for Linthicum, North Linthicum, and Cromwell. I think those are the only 3 stops in the county, or am I wrong? There may be one more stop. Ferndale. So Ferndale too. And then as we have the resources to get over it, we'll start checking that spur into BWI to make sure that things stay safe there too. Sir.
Will this also include some increased presence by the police in the Linthicum Shipley Shopping Center, the Cromwell Field Air Shopping Center, etc.?
So the short answer to that is yes, we have been doing it, and we're going to continue to be doing it, particularly as it relates to Cromwell. Cromwell gets talked about a lot. I think every elected official here will tell you that we hear a lot about the need there for service. So yes is the short answer to your question. Sir.
Will there be any canine dogs also added with that for like drug sniffing?
You want me to telegraph my punches for the bad guys? Everything I got, you'll see. Is that a short answer?
That's great.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah?